Hello people of the internet, my name is George, the artist here at Leafy Games.
And I'm Preston, the programmer, and we have some new stuff to show you.
This update is a pretty large update, so we've made quite a bit of changes, so we're going to try and just go through them real quick and sort of touch on some of the bigger changes, and you can read the patch notes if you prefer to read about all of them. So first off, we've done a lot of work with turrets. At first you can sort of see that there's actually sort of like an early tooltip kind of thing going on here to help you sort of figure out which turret you're going to be manning. And if you'll notice, it says laser turret, that's a new thing, as well as the spread shot turret. So we'll jump into laser turret real quick, and you can see it's a new mesh, and there's a spread shot over there. You can also, the camera's now locked to the turret, and I think just generally there's like just a ton of networking tweaks and improvements to the turrets and that whole system. So it should be really interesting. A lot of new stuff here. So we'll just go and quickly go through them. So laser turret, you shoot it, I think it has a 3-second beam, and as long as you focus that beam on the enemy, it'll continuously do damage until you have to recharge it. So pretty straightforward, but a pretty effective weapon, and it's pretty good. It actually can knock out specific missiles in the game, so that's just a clue as to what's going to come in the future. So spread shot is so that's very long range, sort of a very precise weapon. This is like the other end of the spectrum. You know, it's more of like, as you can see, sort of like a shotgun kind of deal with 3 barrels, and you know, it sort of loads and you have to wait for it to charge again. It'll charge faster based on how much energy you put into weapons at the reactor screen, but you can shoot them in really quick succession, and it's pretty fun to use, and it's very good at close range, and you can do a ton of damage. Like just, you know, just man, it can do a lot of damage if you use it right. So yeah, those are the 2 new turrets. We've done networking for the big one as well, and yeah, I'll let us know what you think. Try them out, play with them. We've got some new toys. We also have the nuclear device, this whole system right here. This screen can also be found on the bridge at the weapons desk, and it's actually pretty useful there. We'll show you why in a second. So this screen is pretty straightforward. It just tells you which nuclear devices you have installed in your components, because you have to pre-install them. Then you get to load them, and this activator appears. And it's pretty early right now, but as long as you just flip these 2 switches, you arm the activator. And when you launch the device, this will get teleported back into the device and then back into the nuclear device, and then at that point it becomes very deadly. So the device is ready for launch. We can now select the target we want. Go back to the bridge, and we can see the same screen here, already updated and ready to go. The thing about the nuke is that it's a forward-firing weapon, meaning the pilot has to sort of help out, you know. So we like that it sort of, you know, a lot of classes are sort of integrated into this sort of system in a sort of loose way. So the second you click this, it's going to launch the nuke, and here we go. So the nuke is launched. You know, you can see it from the pilot going in. So quickly here, you can see the distance away from the target, the range, the blast range it has. Am I correct?
Correct. Yeah.
And the remaining fuel. Fuel is used to course correct the nuke and to make sure it hits its target. The distance, of course, gives you a visualization, so now it's within blast range. The closer it gets, you know, the more damage it'll do. And as you can see, it's missing because the nuke is slow, but you can automatically detonate it by just doing that, and bam. Even from back here, the ship is rocked. So yeah, maybe physics doesn't really work this way, but maybe they're like special, you know, antimatter nukes or whatever, but we thought it was really cool. They do a ton of damage. They're very expensive, very rare in sort of the universe. But man, they can they can wreak some havoc. So that's nukes. You can load another one. In fact, you can look at the ship components here. This ship can load 2 nuclear devices, which is pretty nifty. Those are the 2 pretty big ones. We do have a little surprise for you guys. So yeah, back at the star map, we haven't done a lot with this recently. We added some new sort of like symbols here, icons. So if you're looking for a general store or shop, you can sort of find this sort of symbol.
As well as a repair depot. It's just your standard sort of shop repair place.
And you can even see the exotic shops here with a little money symbol. Those guys sell really, really nice stuff, but for a very expensive price, and it could be very useful in your journey. And there's one other icon, which is it was a pretty big deal for us. Here it is. So it's this exclamation point. At this point in the game, the current build that's out right now, there isn't too much to do other than just go around fighting drones. There's not really an objective or a purpose to anything, and we figured it was probably about time to sort of loosely add one until more content gets in the game. So we decided to implement our first sector commander, and if you don't know what that is, it's basically they're like bosses in our game. They're completely optional. They warn you of their location based on certain symbols, and we're trying to make them very, very challenging, yeah, so hopefully very fun, and sort of we're hoping they sort of act as an objective. So try to kill what is at that location. That could be sort of the temporary goal for the game currently.
Yeah, it's intended to be a challenge. So your base ship, how it spawns, is probably not going to be good enough to defeat it. You'll want to upgrade yourself. I'm sure you guys will. I mean, we hope that you'll discuss strategies, and talk with each other, and hopefully figure out ways to kill it. But it's certainly something you're going to have to upgrade yourself for, and we hope there's also going to be a degree of skill involved with your whole crew working together. So
yeah, we're really excited to see what you guys think about it, and for right now we're going to keep it pretty secret. So sort of it's going to be randomly appearing anywhere in the galaxy. I think it's fairly close to Sector 0, but yeah, so keep an eye out for that. And as always, if you don't know where to look, you can press F1 to discover every single location in the meantime, and you can sort of zoom out, and oh, there it is, so yeah, explore, upgrade, and hopefully defeat the boss. Perhaps there's a really easy way to defeat it. We did a good number of tests fighting it, and it was fairly difficult, and we're going to make it a little more difficult before releasing this video, so we're pretty excited. Little secrets. We did a lot of other little updates. Sort of the graveyard / irradiated debris areas now have like little minefields and a little like collectible scrap meshes that you can sell at stores for like 1,000 credits. So if you happen to come across one of those, it'd be wise to sort of look around for some scrap to collect. And
scrap's
sell.
got this sort of blue tint to it.
Yeah,
but you'll see it because it's just not a mine. So it's not graveyard, or it's not debris, and it's not a mine. Then you probably can pick it up. So and you can sell those, and they're pretty valuable. So they're definitely a good thing, a good strategy.
And we've also posted an update on Kickstarter about like our development progress so far, and some of our future goals and plans, and some insight into what we've been up to, as well as a few sneak peeks at some of the art that we've been working on. And if you're interested in that, we'll leave a link in the description. And I think we covered most of everything. There'll also be a link to the patch notes if you want to read all the stuff we've done. So thanks for watching. Let us know what you think. And there's a lot of new stuff in this build, a lot of new systems. So we'll hopefully there won't be too many bugs, but there very well might be. So we'll be looking into it. And yeah, thank you guys. Have a good one.
Have a good one, guys. Enjoy your week.
Bye.